Imagine a world where the Straw Hat Pirates' captain, Monkey D. Luffy, never gained the extraordinary powers of the gum-gum fruit. This single, pivotal moment, the accidental consumption of a devil fruit, shaped his entire destiny. But what if it never happened? What if Luffy remained a completely ordinary human, albeit one with an extraordinary spirit? This thought experiment opens up a fascinating alternate timeline for the Straw Hat Grand Fleet. It challenges our understanding of what truly makes Luffy the Pirate King. From the humble beginnings in Fuchsia Village, Luffy's journey would still commence. His unwavering dream of becoming the Pirate King would burn just as brightly. The call of the sea, the allure of adventure, and the promise of freedom would remain his guiding stars. His ambition, a force of nature in itself, would propel him forward. Without the rubbery body, his path would be fraught with even greater peril, demanding a different kind of strength. This is the story of a human pirate, driven by raw determination and boundless ambition. The absence of the gum-gum fruit fundamentally alters Luffy's combat style. Gone are the stretching limbs, the gear transformations, and the seemingly invincible rubber resilience. His fighting would be grounded in pure physical prowess. He would rely on his natural strength, speed, and endurance. Every punch, every kick, would need to be precise and impactful. His training with Garp would likely emphasize traditional martial arts and physical conditioning even more intensely. This human Luffy would be forced to develop his wits and strategic thinking far earlier. He couldn't simply tank hits or stretch out of danger. Every encounter would demand careful planning and exploitation of his opponent's weaknesses. Vulnerability would become his constant companion. This heightened sense of danger would necessitate smarter fighting, forcing him to adapt and innovate. His survival would depend on his mind as much as his body. The very first major antagonist, Buggy the Clown, would present a different kind of challenge. Luffy couldn't simply stretch around Buggy's chop-chop fruit abilities. Their duel would become a true test of grit and strategic thinking. Perhaps Luffy would need to outmaneuver Buggy, using the environment to his advantage. He might rely on his speed to disarm Buggy or exploit his arrogance. It would be a battle of wits and timing, not brute force. Arlong Park, a brutal clash of wills in the original story, would transform into an even more desperate struggle. Luffy's vulnerability to Arlong's strength and sharp teeth would be immense. He couldn't simply bounce off attacks. This scenario would force Luffy to fight smarter, perhaps using the water to his advantage or relying on his crew's combined efforts more explicitly. The stakes would be incredibly high, pushing him to his absolute limits. In these early battles, Zoro's swordsmanship would become even more critical. Luffy would need his first mate to cover his weaknesses, engaging stronger opponents directly while Luffy sought openings or supported from a distance. Their bond would deepen through shared, heightened danger. Nami's navigation and tactical genius would also become paramount. Her ability to outmaneuver foes and predict weather patterns would be crucial for survival. She would guide them through treacherous waters, avoiding unnecessary confrontations. Without the crutch of devil fruit powers, Luffy's journey would likely accelerate his Haki development. His innate potential for Haki, evident even in his youth, would be forced to manifest much sooner. Survival would demand it. He would be compelled to master observation Haki at an earlier stage. Sensing and dodging opponents' attacks would be his primary defense. This precision in perception would be honed through countless life-or-death situations. Armament Haki would also become essential for offense and defense. Coding his fists to strike Loja users or to harden his body against powerful blows would be non-negotiable. His physical attacks would gain devastating power. Conqueror's Haki, a manifestation of his indomitable will, might awaken even sooner. His unwavering spirit, his refusal to back down, would be constantly tested. This pressure could trigger its emergence as a testament to his personality. The sheer force of his will, his natural leadership, and his refusal to yield would be the catalysts. This early awakening would mark him as a true king, even without supernatural abilities. His presence alone would intimidate. In this alternate reality, the relationships within the Straw Hat crew would deepen significantly. Each member's unique skills would be even more indispensable, creating an unbreakable reliance on one another. Their collective strength would be their greatest asset. Zoro, the loyal first mate, would become an even more crucial protector. His role as the crew's primary combatant would be amplified. He would often stand between Luffy and overwhelming danger, his swords a shield and a spear. Their bond, already strong, would be forged in the crucible of heightened danger. Luffy's vulnerability would make him trust Zoro implicitly, relying on his strength and judgment in ways we haven't seen. Their shared sacrifices would be immense. Sanji, the Blackleg, would evolve into an even more tactical mastermind. His fighting style, already focused on speed and precision, would be perfectly suited to this new dynamic. He would devise strategies to compensate for Luffy's lack of resilience. Sanji's culinary skills would also take on new importance, ensuring the crew's peak physical condition. His intelligence and quick thinking would be vital in planning ambushes or escapes. He would be the strategic brain of the combat unit. Nami, the navigator, would truly become the key to the crew's survival. Her meteorological knowledge and mapping skills would be used not just for travel, but for tactical advantage. She would guide them through treacherous waters, avoiding powerful enemies. Her ability to predict weather and currents would allow the crew to outsmart and evade superior forces. Nami's intelligence and resourcefulness would be constantly tested, making her an even more central figure in their survival. Usopp's cunning and inventions would also be elevated. His traps and long-range attacks would be essential for softening up enemies or creating diversions. Frankie's shipbuilding and weaponry would provide crucial defensive and offensive capabilities. Chopper's medical expertise would be paramount, as injuries would be more frequent and severe for a human captain. Robin's vast knowledge and strategic insights would be invaluable in navigating the complex world and its dangers. Brook's musical abilities and swordsmanship would offer unique support, distracting enemies or providing crucial cover. Each member would operate at their peak, knowing their captain's life, and thus their dream, depended on their collective effort. The challenge of defeating Crocodile in Alabasta would be monumental for a human Luffy. Without the ability to hydrate himself or exploit Crocodile's weakness with water, a direct confrontation would be suicide. Success against Crocodile would rely entirely on cunning and the combined strength of the crew. Perhaps Robin's knowledge of the poneglyphs or Nami's weather manipulation could create an opening. Luffy would need to outsmart, not overpower. He might use his advanced observation Haki to predict Crocodile's movements, while Zoro and Sanji create diversions. The final blow would require a perfectly coordinated effort, a testament to their teamwork. Overcoming Doflamingo and Dressrosa would test his limits in an entirely different way. Doflamingo's string fruit powers and his mastery of Haki would be a terrifying combination for a human. Luffy couldn't rely on Gear 4th. This battle would demand an even higher level of Haki mastery from Luffy. He would need to match Doflamingo's Conqueror's Haki clash with his own, and use armament Haki to defend against the razor-sharp strings. The crew's support would be absolutely vital, perhaps distracting Doflamingo or creating openings for Luffy. This fight would be a brutal, drawn-out war of attrition, pushing Luffy's human body to its absolute breaking point. His unwavering will, his refusal to let Doflamingo win, would be his ultimate weapon. It would be a testament to his spirit, proving that even without rubber powers, his determination could overcome seemingly insurmountable odds. In this alternate reality, Luffy's journey becomes an even more profound testament to the power of the human spirit. It demonstrates that true strength isn't solely derived from supernatural abilities, but from within. His courage, his unwavering belief in his dream, and his boundless capacity for friendship would be the true sources of his power. He would inspire his crew and allies not through rubbery feats, but through sheer force of will. The dream of becoming the Pirate King, the freest person on the seas, is achievable even without extraordinary devil fruit powers. It is achieved through relentless courage, unbreakable camaraderie, and an unshakable self-belief. This human Luffy would prove that the greatest treasure isn't a devil fruit, but the heart of a true leader. His legacy would be one of pure human triumph, a testament to what one person can achieve when driven by an unyielding spirit.